Hi Taurus, welcome to your January 2024 reading. I hope you guys are doing well. I know I've been a little bit MIA the last few months, but it was a wild 2023. That's the understatement of the decade, but yes, it was a wild 2023. Lots of highs, lots of lows, full freaking human experience. I hope you guys are doing well, staying sane. I feel like, speaking of staying sane, I feel like this year, even this month, I feel like the first part, I'm seeing like a sword in a fire, kind of like sharpening and hardening steel, like very sharp, very hard, very weathered, seasoned, like experience. All of these words are coming up to say it's almost like preparing you. And when I'm saying that, I'm seeing an otter, which is maybe that's some of you guys' spirit animals, I don't know, but it's really showing me like a slick back, things rolling off your back quite easily. I'm just seeing the water purling off his back. Anyways, it's a strange message, but that's what I'm getting here. And I'm feeling like there's something here, again, forged in the fire, kind of the pressure makes the diamond type of energy, where this experience will kind of lead you to, I feel like, self-realize and be better at, and again, have a full spectrum of experience when you're really called to duty, is what it feels like a calling. And this year, again, obviously, Jupiter's in our sign of Taurus. There's a heavy emphasis about our place in the world, what we're doing, how we're showing up, how we make our money, our success, also our mental resiliency, our mental stability. I feel like it's going to be called into question. And I feel like there's a need to, I'm seeing like a pillar to hold this space. And I'm seeing this, it's almost like emanating. It's like a frequency. It's almost like a conductor. Anyways, the metaphor that I'm receiving is it's like those people around you do really well. It's almost like you affect people, and I'm seeing like the lights going in and out. Like you can affect the energy, electricity almost of people around you, because we're all electrical beings. Anyways, I feel it's very important to kind of remember your center. Have this, it's really like a light worker type of energy of like holding the space is really what it feels like. Through a very tumultuous and rocky kind of year, which is what it is. I feel like we're kind of rounding out this cycle that we've been in that's been very rocky all around the world. And this year we have, I think, like half of, not just the United States, there's an election, but like half of the world. So there's going to be a lot of turnover, a lot of unrest. It's just a little bit, there's need for people that are cool, calm, and collected, have perspective, able to zoom out, able to put one foot in front of the other, and I feel like getting the job done. So however you show up in the world, it's really important to really show up and not be afraid to be able to be seen. As I was meditating on your reading, I kept being drawn to the throat. I feel like you're going to have to make a lot of decisions this year based on heart and gut decisions. So the more you're out of your head, the better. The more you vocalize what you want to see, the dreams that you want to experience, whether this is to a loved one or to friends, the more this energy grows. And I also want to say, put it down on pen and paper. So again, perfect time of year is January to write down your intentions. I want to say dream really big. Maybe keep it in your phone in the notes so you can kind of look back on it. I want to say really try to visualize the life that you want to live, or the people as well that you want to bring in. Community feels important this year as well. Yeah, I keep being brought back to the mind. So you're going to have to be really, really centered in the mind. Please, if you don't already, um, practice some sort of meditation, whether this is just kind of consciously saying, okay, let's go into meditation while you're cleaning or taking a shower or walking, anything here, just to kind of be consciously aware of just like what arises. Take that mind garbage to the dump so you can easily go right down into the, the heart intuition, the gut, you can hear these things much clearer, without so much jumbling. I also feel, eating really well will be helpful as well. Having a routine exercise kind of helps clear out the mind garbage as well, essential to your health. Health is going to be a big topic. Sorry, I know I'm not pulling cards. I will pull cards. I've been really drawn away from tarot, and not that there's anything wrong with it. I just don't feel like it's like that necessary. I've been reading for so long, and well, let's pull some cards. Messages that would be helpful for Taurus. Messages that would be helpful for Taurus. It's helpful to see. And I also think it's helpful for people developing their intuition, being able to read signs, symbols, so then you can go back into your own life and read your own symbols in life. I have my own kind of message system for my guides. Like, for example, 2 nights ago, I saw two frogs. For me, frogs are a time of transition in my life. It means kind of hopping to the next thing. Well, that's the story I made up in my mind. But every time I see them now, it's boom, making a change. And so in a week and a half, I have to move I'm in Singapore right now, so I'm going back to the States to take care of my mother for a little bit. So that's a big change. Knight of Cups, an offering, a slow-moving offering. Messages for Taurus, the Fool. You're moving in a direction. I feel like being led by your heart. I mean, this can be somebody moving towards you, but I feel like also you leading by your heart, you leading by, again, that quiet voice within in the direction that you know is right for you. It doesn't have to happen this year. It doesn't have to happen this month. It doesn't have to happen overnight. But as long as you know you are on your path, doing what you need to do with, I feel like, loving awareness in your heart. Give yourself grace. Give yourself wiggle room. Be nice to yourself. We need more of this. And I feel like as you kind of get out of your mind and loosen this grip, I feel like especially directed towards yourself, any criticism or I should be here, I should be doing this, or this isn't fulfilling, as you just kind of let that go and be at peace. And I feel like picking out the things to be grateful for, even if it's like a crummy job. Thank you for providing the stability that I need for my mental health. Like, I feel like Taurus without the financial stability can be a little bit of, that can kind of really upend you. I know it can upend me. I like feeling that stability. The Fool, and it doesn't have to be a lot. And that's where I feel like being grateful. So there's a little bit of a blockage. I don't want to say blockage, a little bit of a delay with a new beginning here. I feel like feels like it's a little bit slow. I feel like the frustrating part is you know where you want to go, you just don't know how to get there, or it hasn't opened up, or nothing's presenting itself yet. And that's where I feel like the frustration comes in. 4 of Swords, yeah. That's the card of feeling stuck in the mind. So it feels like completely unrelated to go ahead and go work on myself. I'll do some meditation instead of, doing job searches. But I do feel this is an important part of the whole picture. This is the card of meditation. Taking the mind garbage to the dump and being in that centered space of awareness and stability. And this is like your job right now, and it affects everybody around you in a very positive way. It kind of harmonizes the energy. The past, Ace of Wands. I mean, this card, I mean, this position for me, this is the past energy. It's almost as important as the center energy. I mean, they're all important. Ace of Wands is telling me why you're coming to this reading, and it's essentially saying you want a new passionate start. You want some fire in your life. You want some movement. You're ready to go. I feel like there's been a lot of stop and start and slow movement, and it's like I'm ready to go. Whether this has to do with like love, whether this has to do with job, I just feel passion. I'm ready to throw myself into something that takes, even if it takes like all my time, but I just love doing it. I'm ready for that fire. That's what it feels like to me. Again, Nine of Swords. It's like, how do I get back to that? How do I find that for myself? So you might feel a little bit stuck in something. Maybe you're writing a book and you're feeling stuck. Maybe there's something that you feel is preventing you from moving forward. I also feel like judgment from other people. This is a strange message, or maybe unrelated seemingly, but whether it's like friends or family, I definitely get this a lot in my life. Just for kind of being awake for many years, seeing the world very differently than other people see it. It triggers a lot of people. A lot of people don't like it. A lot of people regret asking my opinion. And because we're Taurus, we'll give it. We're honest. There's something here I just feel like almost very alone, very it's an illusion, but it's a very real feeling, because it's saying once you kind of move through this, I do feel like you'll have, it's like a rebirth. Yeah, there you go. Judgment. There'll be, I feel like new people will be brought into your life, so you can be cycling out of some things that are really hard to let go of. Are people that made judgments on you that weren't true, but you believed it. You did a lot of analysis and self-reflection. I feel, again, this is part of what makes you that sword in the fire that I keep seeing, that makes you very strong and resilient, very sharp, very aware. It's like that. It's a warrior in training here. Even if you're like me, like, I don't want to be a warrior. I don't want to be God's strongest warrior this year. Take me off. I don't want to be on that list. I'm just kidding. The Judgment. I feel like if you're waiting on a judgment, it's going to be good news. I feel like the build up to it is worrisome. But I feel like the final decision is just. I feel like it's universally just. Seven of Pentacles in your position of power. This is almost like the feeling of if you know your human design, I feel like the energy of a manifester or manifesting generator. It's like all the work has been done. You don't need to push towards anything. You don't need to struggle. You just kind of have to relax and allow, which is really counterintuitive to a Taurus that I feel like he has no problem putting in the work and effort. Seven of Pentacles says you've done all of that. There's no more climbing up the mountain. You're at the summit. You're at the peak. And I feel like there's an aha moment coming. You're gonna find your way. I feel that these few months leading up till, I feel like June, almost July. But yes, obviously Jupiter's in your sign. I feel like there's a lot of aha moments that have you going in new directions. I feel like you didn't think were even possible. What's in the position of what Taurus needs to know this month? What would be helpful for Taurus to know about the energy this month? Page of Swords. Yeah, so there's this newness. Knight of Cups, Page of Swords, Ace of Wands, a lot of feeling stuck, getting unstuck, coming to realizations because some sort of judgment has been made, and it frees you to go in a new direction. Now's not the time to try to make something work, try to force something, I guess. Get the Death card. The bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. There's an ending to something this month. The Hierophant. Ending to contracts. Maybe you're changing jobs. Maybe you're changing relationships. Maybe you're ending relationships. Doesn't need to be with a loved one, but I feel like it's, again, making space for newness. Yeah, the Tower. There's a Tower type moment. Maybe you've already just gone through it, or you've been going through it. I feel like this is kind of the point where I'm really getting like divine inspiration with the Hangman and the Hierophant, like really having this aha moment, like this channeled moment where it just kind of, I don't want to say the whole picture comes into view, but you start to look a different way. And you're like, that's what I'm going to start with. That's the direction I'm going to go. And that's when the Fool becomes upright. When you start to kind of clear the mind stuff, you have these inspirations. You're able to hear that voice within. And you're able to kind of let things go. That's the Death. That's major transformation. And I want to say, you know, sometimes when it's darkest, this is when we can hear the clearest. This is where we can hear the guidance the clearest. And I know that might seem ominous, but with the Death, I mean, this is a beautiful card because it frees up space. I mean, Death and Judgment, I mean, it's freeing up space for things that are meant for you, essentially. Usually the Death card, he's riding in on his white horse of truth. You know, this is things that aren't allowed to stay in this kind of new paradigm that you're making in your life. They have to fall away. And that's the hard thing. Sometimes it's friends, or sometimes it's family, sometimes it's jobs. But this is the thing with the Death and Judgment, that's kind of like, you know, there's nighttime, but the sun always comes up. I mean, there's this, again, full spectrum experience happening here. Something, even as I'm doing this, sorry, I know sometimes I do a lot of hand motions, I'm feeling like a turnover of something. Something's turning over. I really strongly get books. I don't know why I keep getting books or writing. It's bringing me back to my throat as well. This is part of the Taurus expression. If you have a lot in your mind, maybe it needs to get out on paper. Queen of Cups, Six of Cups. I feel like you're very relatable. I feel like people like you. I feel like people are looking for people like you. So I can definitely relate this to my life, of going back to kind of help my family out while they address some health issues, and being back in the United States for the first time and trying to live there in a long time. So, you know, it's like, what does that look like? I have to get a car, I have to buy a house, like all of this stuff, you know. What does that even look like? But it's probably for the better. It's not a no inside. It's an overwhelming kind of thought process that you just have to put one foot in front of the other, you know. And maybe things, I mean, this is essentially saying go for it. I mean, my heart is leading me in that direction. Page of Swords. Some news coming in. Let's see what this is. What's this Page of Swords for Taurus? This is in the position of what you need to know. I feel like it's good news. Good news that creates some sort of change. What is this Page of Swords for Taurus? What is this Page of Swords that they need to know about? Queen of Wands. Interesting cards. Sorry, I'm just looking at the storyline here. I'm seeing this clear message that there's going to be lots of decision. I feel like you're going to be in this position where you're going to have to make a lot of crucial decisions for yourself about your life, and you're not going to have like a lot of people that are going to be able to tell you what to do, it's really, I feel like the more you think about it in the mind, it's not giving you a clear answer. I'm seeing you're really going to have to follow your gut, and it's almost like it doesn't make sense until you get there. It's almost like there's no guarantee. So you're really being charged with the task of listening to your higher self. I mean, this is following your intuition. You have this black cat here, making decisions. That gut feeling, that gut intuition. Some of this might be driven by, I mean, I feel like career opportunities. So this can be, for some of you, like taking a risk. Starting something of your own, taking a risk. Changing positions that are maybe secure. I mean, that's the Lovers. It's a choice, though. You don't have to. But I feel like, again, going into this, what we've talked about before, kind of into this fifth dimension, you know, that people talk about, or it's really a vibrational shift. It really is almost like a parallel universe, a paradigm, essentially. A new paradigm for your experience. That is, it's almost more painful to stay in something that isn't aligned with your heart than it is to try something new, as much as we don't like a lot of change. But I will say, you know, I've changed a lot of things in my life. Somehow I ended up traveling for like 10 years. I don't particularly like love traveling. I like staying in the same place, but I guess your visa you can stay only so long certain places. The more I do this, though, and the more I kind of follow my heart, there's times I worry, but I'm always disproven. It always works out. Even if it feels like the Death card, even if it feels like you're shattered, broken, and there's no coming back from this. And this is where I'm getting like the Ho'oponopono, is that how you say it? I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. What did I miss? I'm sorry. I feel this can come in helpful in any situation this year. Just bringing in this vibration of a calming presence and perspective in the face of a lot of change. Because again, I feel like I'm reading for a lot of light workers, and I feel like you've kind of probably already been through it for a lot of what we're going to see this year. A lot of disclosure, a lot of, you know, financial disruptions. I mean, these things are imminent. I would go so far as to say we'll probably see a lot of it starting this month. I mean, we've already started seeing a lot of disclosure this month, but I feel like financial upheavals, we're definitely going to be in for a lot of big surprises. And I feel big, and as I'm saying this, I'm seeing like dynamite, bigger than you probably would have thought, like complete crumblings and new formations. So if there's a temporary moment where you're just really afraid, and this kind of goes for the whole year, like, oh my gosh, this whole thing's collapsing, or oh my gosh, that there's no coming back from that. I feel like we're on the cusp of, first of all, it will be rebuilt, and it will be rebuilt better. That's the Uranus type of energy that we're dealing with, you know, our complete foundations, you know, governments, all of that stuff. Monetary system. This is the tail end of it. This is the fireworks show. This is the grand finale. We're here. What's lost will be rebuilt better. So I feel like, again, don't cling on or worry too much. Hedge yourself best as you can. Taurus deals with earthly materials. Assets are wonderful. Things that you can hold in your hand. I'm not a financial advisor, but, you know, with what we're probably going to be going through, I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't trust nobody when it comes to, you know, trust me. This is, I don't want to go there, but anyways, I feel like this is the year to kind of let go again and let God here kind of come in and mess things up in a way. I guess that sounds kind of wrong, but I feel like shaken to the core so you can kind of see the truth. So if there's anything that you're being shaken to the core about, it's for the best, and it will pass. Once we get to, I feel like 2025, it's going to be a much, I feel like peaceful year, peaceful in your heart. And really excited about what you're doing and the direction you're going. This is the time to put yourself in that position, to really claim it and to own it. And this is that, you know, what experience do you want to have? And this is where I'm starting the entire reading off with dream. Dream for yourself, dream for your children, dream for your family, dream for your friends. Help people along the way. Yeah, as I say that, at the bottom of the deck, I feel like there's a lot to be very optimistic about. I was talking to one of my friends here, my old neighbor from Mexico. She happened to be in Singapore, and we met up for lunch, and I was giving her advice about relationship or something. She was kind of explaining it to me. And essentially I said, well, obviously you needed to leave, but it was in a very optimistic way. I apologize. I'm like, I'm sorry to give you bad messages or bad, you know, probably not the advice you'd like to hear. She's like, I've never heard it in such an optimistic way. I think that's important too, you know, not to bring advice or to bring perspective with, you know, also this hope, because it's there. It should be there. It is there. It's I feel like a very positive transformational year in time, and January is just the start. We're going to see so much more, and it's like I'd rather see truth than live a lie, and I think we're going to kind of live that out this year, and that goes to you too for your personal life. I'd rather live in my truth than live a lie. And what does that mean in your soul? When it comes to, again, what you do, how you live. Some of you, it might just be, my truth is to be a mother. My truth is to be an author. My truth is, and maybe, I mean, it doesn't mean that you have to get rid of other jobs, but I feel like coming to this place and making these steps to either make peace with it or to work in a new direction are going to be very important. And to do this in a way that's joyful. I'm contributing. I'm showing up. I'm doing my best. I'm writing 1 page a day. All right. All right, I'm going to end it here. This is a beautiful reading. Again, that's what this kind of feels like. One page a day, 1 step a day, 1 action a day, 1 positive thought a day, if that's all you have in you. Excuse me. All right, let's get an Osho Zen card. New beginning, one step at a time. I'll leave that out there. I think that's kind of the overall message of this month. Again, stay in your center. As I'm looking at this energy, it's showing me the energy of the world, and I feel like it's very different from yours. So keep your peace. If you need to turn off the TV, it's gonna be, this is again the grand finale. It's wild, it's loud, it's dynamite, it's fireworks, it's a lot. If you need to close the blinds, do so. And shut the windows. Be careful of your energy. Messages that would be helpful for Taurus this month of January 2024. Totality. Ooh, let's see what this is. I don't think I've read this in forever. Let's find it. Totality. All right, I'm going to read this from the Osho Zen book, so bear with me. So the commentary. These three women are high in the air, playful and free, yet alert and interdependent. In a trapeze act, nobody can afford to be a little bit absent, even for a split second. And it is this quality of total attentiveness in the moment at hand that is represented here. We may feel that there are too many things to do at once, but get bogged down in trying to do a bit here, a bit there, instead of taking one task at a time and getting on with it. Or perhaps we think our task is boring because we've forgotten that it's not what you do, but how you do it that matters. Developing the knack of being total in responding to whatever comes as it comes is one of the greatest gifts you can give to yourself. Taking one step through life at a time, giving each step your complete attention and energy can bring a wondrous new vitality and creativity to all that you do. Wow, if that's not spot on, I don't know what. Totality. Every moment there is a possibility to be total. Whatsoever you are doing, be absorbed in it so utterly that the mind thinks nothing. It is just there. It is just presence. And the more totality, and more totality will be coming. And the taste of totality will make you more and more capable of being total. And try to see when you are not total. Those are the moments which have to be dropped slowly and slowly. When you're not total, whenever you are in the head, thinking, brooding, calculating, cunning, clever, you're not total. Slowly slip out of these moments. It is just an old habit. Habits die hard, but they die certainly. If one persists, they die. Oh, beautiful reading that. That sums up the entire energy that I was feeling for you guys and for myself. I mean, I feel like there's so much change going on. It's so easy to kind of worry, and worry is like praying for what you don't want. So again, drop the mind stuff, take it to the dump. Be present. Beautiful. All right, I guess I'm going to end it here, Taurus. It's always a pleasure reading for you. Thank you so much for all your support over the years. I'll try to be back more frequently and consistently. And I hope this helped. If so, definitely energy exchange me with a like. I appreciate it. It helps my channel out and helps get this message for whoever might need to hear it. And yeah, if you guys want a reading, my information's below. Otherwise, I will see you again soon. Bye, Taurus.